What's up, Llama Nation? It's Roscoe McGillicuddy, and welcome to another gaming video. I am super excited to bring you this video today. And now in the past, you've heard me mention that I have played Minecraft. I've played it a lot. Having played it so much, I've learned a lot about how the game works. I was a hardcore player. I did like to play in the hard difficulty mode in survival because when I want to beat the game, I want to 100% it. So I realized really quickly that in order to do that and to do it correctly, you have to have a lot of resources, namely diamonds and lots of iron and things that you can make good, durable, quality tools out of. And of course, to do that, you have to do a lot of mining, and you have to mine efficiently. So I actually came up with a way that I found is really good for mining quickly, for keeping you from getting lost, and you have one place to keep all of your things and organize them. So I've put all of my ideas together here into this video for you today, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I've created a brand new world in Minecraft, and I'm playing on the Nintendo Switch version, by the way. I'm in creative mode just for the purposes of this video, but typically I would do this in survival mode, even on hard difficulty. Now the idea is you want to get down to bedrock level and create kind of a central mining operation so that you can get as many resources as possible. And of course you have to start from ground level, which is where I am now. This is a great place to spawn. It's just what I need. It's a good flat area with not a lot of water or chasms in the way and things like that, because we're going to be going immediately underground here. I'm looking at my map and I'm making sure that I'm pointing exactly north. That makes a difference, and you'll see why in a little bit. I'm going to just choose a place here that's kind of low to the ground, and I'm just going to go ahead and start digging a staircase down. Again, I'm in creative mode, so this is going to be a little bit quicker than the alternative, but I make my staircase 3 blocks high at all points. I've got a torch. I have a torch equipped, and every time it starts to get a little bit dark, I'm just going to plant that torch on the right-hand side. Always plant the torches on the right-hand side of the tunnels you dig, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But for right now, I'm going to speed this up. Now sometimes when you're digging the staircase down or one of the tunnels, you'll see minerals like this iron ore here. You're going to want to grab that. Of course, I'm in creative, so I'm not going to worry about it, but if you're on your way down there and you do come across something like this, go ahead and grab it. You're going to need it.
One hour later.
Okay, so at this point I have reached bedrock level, and as soon as you first see the bedrock, you don't want to go too much into it. In creative mode, you can still dig through kind of some of the bedrock and everything. You don't want to do that. You're at the level you need to be. So I'm going to fill that space right there, and this is where I'm going to get started making my my underground center. So at the first block where I've reached bedrock level, I'm going to start building what I call the entry room. So I'm going to go 1 block forward, and now I'm going to create kind of a hub here, which is going to be 9 blocks wide in total. So that means I'm going to dig 4 on either side of the entry tunnel. So equipping my torch again, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 3, and 4. And I'm going to lay a torch. The gravel's kind of getting annoying here, but now I'm going to go back here and do the other side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lay a torch. Now this room is going to be 3 blocks deep. Okay, so I'm going to start in one of the corners. I've already got my first block, so now I'm going to do 2 and 3. And I'm going to go all the way across. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remake the ceiling. I'm just going to use a block of iron, but you know, just because I like things to be nice and even. Okay, so here is our little entry room for the mine, and now we're going to build our actual home base. So what I'm going to do is right here from the way that you come into the entry room, I'm going to walk straight across, and I'm going to clear out a row 2 deep. And now this room is going to be a little bit larger, and it's going to be the same width. It's going to be 9 wide, but it's also going to be 7 deep. So to make 9 wide, again, I'm just going to go 4 from either side of the entrance. 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to put a torch there. Now I'm going to go to the other side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, get rid of the torches on the ground there. And of course, like I said, this one is going to be 7 deep. So we have our first block already. This is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I know there's going to be a little bit of lava in the way here. So I'm going to use my block of iron again just to kind of keep it out. I'm going to go back to the other side here and do another 7. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now, at this point, if I go right straight across here, that's a lot of gravel. Okay, now I can clear out all of the stuff on the inside. Okay, so this is our room, and it's going to be the central base for everything that we do. It's going to include our bed, it's going to include all of our chests and everything where we keep stuff, our crafting table, our ovens, you name it. And I have a specific way that I like to set it up just so that when I play one world and then I play another, I know where everything is and I keep it really organized. So I'm going to go ahead and get some chests equipped here. And I'm going to grab a furnace and a crafting table and a bed. Doesn't matter what color, I'm just going to pick black. So I'm going to start with my chests here. So here we have our entranceway, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a double chest right next to the door. That's going to be where I keep all of my minerals, my findings, your diamonds, your redstone, lapis lazuli, you name it. So that's going to be where all of that is kept. I'm going to make 4 furnaces here, and that is going to be where I smelt all of my items, because when I go on a mining trip and I grab a whole lot of stuff and I want to smelt a lot of things at one time, it's better to have more than one furnace. And I'm going to place a crafting table directly next to that, and then I'm going to have another double chest. That's going to be where I keep all of my building materials. So if I want to stockpile things like wood or things like blocks of stone or bricks or things like that, this is where I'm going to keep those, and I'm going to keep them organized so that I know where to find them when I need them. I'm also going to put a double chest right here, but that's where I'm going to keep things like food, and I'm going to keep things like brewing materials and things like that. So I'm going to go back to the door here. I'm going to put another double chest, and that's where I'm going to keep things like armor and weapons. Now we're not done yet, so I'm going to get my torch back just in case of the gravel, and it looks like that's going to be a reality. There's going to be another room in the back here as well. So I'm going to straight across from the way that you enter, I'm going to start creating another little doorway here. And this is going to be a room where we do all of our enchanting. And of course, if you know anything about Minecraft, you know that if you arrange bookcases around an enchanting table, it can make the enchantments more efficient or better or cheaper or whatever have you. So I create a room specifically for those dimensions, and that's going to be what this room is for here too. So it's going to come out of the back here, and this one is going to be 7 deep, but it's only going to be 7 wide. So it's not going to be as wide from east to west as this room here is. But so I'm going to start right here, and to make it 7 wide, I've got my central here. I'm going to work out 3 blocks on either side. So going 1, 2, and 3. And thank God the gravel is there to make this more complicated than it needs to be. I'm going to go back on the other side and do 1, 2, and 3. And of course, this one is going to be 7 deep again. So I'm going to make it, we've already got our first one. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now going back to the other side, we're going to do the same 7. So we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow, 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 I have found the diamond, yes.
And 7. And hey, look at that. I have already found diamonds in doing this. So of course, if I were in survival mode, I'd be using my iron pickaxe at minimum and grabbing those bad boys up. I'm going to leave them here just because they don't do me any good while I'm doing creative mode. But you can see already, I'm already finding things that I should be finding. Now I'm going to clear out this room. Okay, so now we have our enchanting room. Of course, it's empty, but we're going to go ahead and set it up. So I'm going to clear my inventory here. I'm going to find my enchanting table. Yep. And I'm going to find some bookcases, which look like they're clear over here. Bookshelves, yeah. Okay, cool. So, of course, the enchantment table has to be in the direct center, and the bookcases have to be arranged in kind of a C shape around them. So I've made the room perfectly sized, to make this happen. So I'm going to go ahead and place these around. And then I'm going to place my enchantment table directly in the middle. So at this point now, later on, when I get a lot of stuff and I want to go ahead and enchant it, I am set up for perfection. All right, so back into this room here, we still have a few more things that we need to go ahead and put down, like our bed. I had that out earlier and I completely forgot to put it down. So I'm going to go ahead and put that over here, and I'm going to grab a brewing stand, and I'm going to place that right here so that all my brewing stuff is going to be here in this chest, and my brewing stand is going to be here, easy access. Okay, so we're almost done with this room here, but right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build a nether portal down here, because I want, later on in the game when I do go into the nether back and forth, I want to have a good easy access to it. I don't want it to be up top in some place that I have to go hunt for it. I want to go ahead and have this down here. So I'm going to build it in this little area. So that means I'm going to grab some obsidian and my flint and steel and go ahead and place it. So I'm going to embed it into the ground here so that I don't have to jump to get into it. So I'm going to make it 4 wide, and I'm going to, the gravel kind of helped me get the area that I needed to make this thing the right size. And there we go. It's good and activated and ready to rock. Now it's time to go ahead and set up the mining section of this. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and clear out all of my stuff here, and we're going to go back to the entryway. So this is going to be the hub where all of the mining tunnels are going to come out of. So what I'm going to do is, of course, this is facing north, because if you remember, we built the staircase going down facing north. So at this point, I know I'm facing north, so that means this way is east. You can start with east or west, doesn't really matter, but what you're going to do is you're going to find the middle block of your 3 here and just start digging. And typically what I'll do is I will dig until I either reach the end of the map or until I reach some kind of lava or something like that. But this is not, this right here is going to be like one of the main tunnels that all of the other tunnels diverge off of, and that way this is where you can go ahead and find all the minerals and stuff that you need. So as you can see, I found some lava here already, and that's pretty unfortunate, but I'll show you what to do in this case, because you just should have had some stone ready. But you go ahead and block it out, and at this point you can stop making this tunnel until you want to try to get around or through this lava somehow. But at this point, I've done what I need to do to get started, because like I said, this is just going to be like a main tunnel. You'll see that on the schematic, this is called the main tunnel east. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and start making a northern tunnel. I'm back in my entryway here, and I'm going to look at that corner. I'm going to move to 1 block over, and I'm going to start digging in a northern direction. So this is all measured out so that you're not going to run into your base, which is directly next to us here. And of course the gravel is on point in this map. But you're just going to dig in this direction until you see something along these lines here. And typically, like I said, when I see something like lava, I will stop and I'll go ahead and try to do another tunnel. So I'm going to go to the west side here and try to get away from some of this gravel because it's kind of annoying. I'm going to put my torches down every time it starts getting dark, and I'm always going to put them down on the right hand side. So you heard me mention that earlier, and here is actually why. Because once you start making a network of tunnels here, it's going to be kind of easy to get lost within it. So one thing that I've done to keep myself from getting lost is I always put the torches on the right hand side, and that way if I ever get turned around, then I know that if the torches are on the right hand side, that means I'm heading away from home. Now if I got turned around and I don't know if I'm facing north or south, then I know that I can follow the torches that are on the left, and eventually I'll make it home. So that's just one way to keep yourself from getting lost, and because we all know how depressing that can be. So I'm going to continue digging this tunnel until I find either lava or the end of the map or water or what have you that keeps you from going forward. But as you can see, this can be kind of a lengthy process. But along your way, you're going to find all kinds of different minerals and stuff, and you're going to go ahead and grab them all. You're going to try to grab as many as you can, and then just keep on going with your tunnel until the map, in one way or another, makes you stop. And then when you start to get loaded up, you can just head back home. You can head back home and put it all in your furnaces or in your chest or whatever you're going to keep it in. You know, if it's diamonds, you can keep it in your chest here. And if it's iron, you can smelt it and then put it in your chest and things like that. Now, let's pretend this tunnel, which is going to be, in the schematic, this tunnel is going to be called West North 1. And the reasoning is because you started on the western side and you're digging in a northern direction, and it's the first tunnel. Now let's say you dug to the end of that tunnel and you hit lava or something like that, and you've done what you can with that tunnel, so you're done. What I've done in the past is I've tried to find like kind of a unique block. I'll use red sand here, and when you're done, you can collect all your torches, get them out of there, and then just cap it off. And with something that's not naturally occurring down in there. So that way you know there's a tunnel back behind these blocks that is no longer useful. And this way, if it's capped off, you won't get lost or turned around or anything like that. But you do need to start a new tunnel. So what you'll do is you'll go back into your main west tunnel, and from your defunct tunnel here, you'll go 1. Hey, look, more diamonds.
Wow, 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 I have found the diamond, yes.
2, and then you'll skip these 2 blocks, and you'll start digging in the same direction, so northern, 2 blocks away. Now, why does that matter? This matters because if you look at it from here, if you have a tunnel here and you have a tunnel here, you're not going to miss any minerals in between. See, like if you had dug a tunnel on this row here, you may have missed these diamonds if they were like here or something like that. So every tunnel is going to be separated by 2 blocks, and when you finish one, you start the next. Now, of course, too, when you're digging in the northern direction, you might get to the end of it, but you can also dig in the southern direction as well. So I'm going back here. This is my entryway. I'm going to go back into my western tunnel, and let's just pretend for a second that this one, which would be West North 2, found lava or something along those lines. I'm going to go down here and start digging in the complete opposite direction. So this would be called West South 2, and I would just keep digging it and finding what I can find until, for whatever reason, I got to the end of the line down here. Again, always placing your torches on the right hand side as you go forward away from home. And that way, when you get to the end of the line, and that way you don't get turned around, so you can go back to where the torches are on the left and find your way home very, very easily. Now I'll show you something else that I do here too. We're back in the entryway here, and I'm gonna go back into this eastern tunnel here. So this would be East North 1, and this is where I found the lava earlier. So I know that eventually I'm gonna be digging here in the next tunnel separated by 2. But I have a high expectation that I'm going to run into lava not very far into that tunnel. So what I want to do is keep myself from being in a situation where when I'm digging that tunnel over there, I'm putting myself in trouble. So what I'm going to do when I reach lava in this tunnel, I'm going to dig over 1 and 2 and 3. So this is going to be where that tunnel is going to be. I'm going to dig a little bit backwards. So I'm going back to the south. Now I'm heading north. I should be seeing that lava really soon. And boom, there it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set it up so where the lava is pretty obvious. So that way, later on, when I'm digging this next tunnel here, you see that? That way I don't put myself back into a dangerous situation where there could be lava. Okay guys, this has just been a simple demonstration about the method that I've come up with to do an underground mining operation when I've been playing Minecraft. It's always worked really well for me, and I hope it'll work well for you too. I say if you can, give it a shot. I'd love to hear your success stories, so leave a comment if you do give it a shot and let me know how it goes. Tell a friend about my channel and have them subscribe as well. We're almost at 40,000. I'd love to reach 50,000, maybe 100,000 eventually too, so the more the merrier. Tell all your friends about the channel and have them view today. Please do it. So otherwise, I look forward to hearing from you guys in the comments. Thank you for watching, and